Hey everybody, what's going on? This is one from the Byte team, and I want to talk about something a little different regarding TNA because we already have a video talking about the possibility of them being canceled, at least the TV show. Ryan talked about it last weekend. Obviously, we are not insiders of the industry, so we're not going to pretend we know what's happening there. What I do want to talk about in this video is something that's happening that we're seeing happen in social media, and I think it's absolutely immature. It involves Sean Radican. He's a columnist for the PW Torch. It involves TNA production member Bob Ryder. It involves Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, who's also now part of the TNA creative team, and Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer. Now, obviously, these breaking stories about TNA possibly being canceled, let alone before the whole Ring of Honor announcement happened, which is pretty awesome. It triggered a lot of defensive statements from TNA. There was a conference call. A lot of TNA roster members were tweeting that they didn't even know about the Ring of Honor situation. And keep in mind, this is after we already got all this negativity happening. But it triggered a lot of things. Like there was somebody on Twitter, I believe it was Brian Alvarez, that was basically pointing out that TNA roster member Bram has re-signed a multiple-year contract 3 times in the past year. And then Bob Ryder basically proceeded to deny the reports and justify, but it's how you justify, because you're part of a company. It's one thing if, we as Byte that, we're not part of TNA or WWE, we just watch the products. And it's one thing for us to go, oh, that's freaking stupid. Dirt sheets are terrible. It's another thing for somebody in the TNA team to sort of, instead of saying, we're gonna do a 10-second video. We're gonna post something on Facebook just explaining how our contract process works. But no, you just have this one guy basically saying, oh, it's as simple as that. It's this, it's that. And it's the way that it comes out that it's really weird. And the specific example that I want to bring up that was just horrible involves Billy Corgan. So Sean Radican was called a mark by Billy Corgan on Twitter. In any other situation, once again, I'd shrug it off. But this is a TNA creative member. And guess what? I'm a mark. If you're watching this video, you're probably Mark. Because we like wrestling. Guess what? We like wrestling, so that makes us marks for the product. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But to say it, once a mark, always a mark to somebody, on Twitter where everybody can see this, it's triggering a lot of negativity. And I agree, because with this TNA situation, it led me to asking myself, why don't I watch the product right now? And the answer is simple, because when things like this happen, TNA is supposed to be the alternative product, whatever the hell that means, in wrestling to the WWE. For me, that's NXT right now, but TNA is selling itself as, we are the wrestling product, we are this other thing. When you as a company, when you have these things that are coming out, all this negativity, all these reports about you being canceled, people leaving, Christy Hemme reportedly quitting, all these things. If you're such an alternative, don't do the corporate route. Just tell people, this is happening, and then let's move on. But no, instead they're just being all positive. I was just browsing Dixie Carter's Twitter account, all their accounts, and it seems like almost like they're in denial. And I'm not saying whether the cancellation stuff is real or not. What I'm saying is the way they tweet, the way they use social media, it's just as the same as any other company. We have some breaking news that are going to be happening. We're going to change the world. It's always all about these major announcements. How many times have we made fun of the fact that Dixie always has a major announcement? Breaking news people, when you have 50 breaking news announcements, none of them are breaking news. None of them are major, because that's just what you do. That's how you get the clickbait titles. I'm not posting in this video, breaking news, TNA bashes everybody. TNA hates everybody. No, it's TNA versus the dirt sheets. Why? Because that is exactly what is happening right now. And I want to get your feedback. What do you guys think about the situation? Because us as wrestling fans, are we not even involved in the picture? Because TNA is fighting with all these websites that we probably browse at some point or another. Before we start recording the podcast, obviously, we try to see if there are any news articles that we want to bring up or anything like that. And we browse the Torch. We browse Wrestling News Source, NoDQ.com, a ton of websites. And for Billy Corgan to just go, once a mark, always a mark, Sean Radican's response was, since you're a music guy, I'll hit you with this. from a band from your day that's still relevant. Wake Me Up When September Ends, which was an epic burn, I gotta say, because obviously the reports are that TNA is not going to be renewed around that time, so they won't have a television show unless they change networks. I don't know what's happening with the company, but I wish I felt like anything they wrote was genuine, because I think that throughout the years, I watched TNA, my first experience once when they had a penny pay-per-view. That was all the way back when they were weekly pay-per-views. So I'm not somebody that, just started watching during Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle. I watched that, and ever since then, I got the weekly pay-per-views. I supported them in Fox Sports Net, I believe it was. Spike TV, when they were online only. I went to 2 TNA live events in Orlando. I went to a TNA house show in Puerto Rico. I ordered multiple TNA pay-per-views, and they always just seemed second-rate because they always felt the need to bash. And now it's not even bashing the WWE. That's the sad part. You're bashing people that are connected to us. You watching the video, us doing the podcast. We have something in common that's happening right now that is absolutely ridiculous. So I want to get your feedback about this. Speaking about something positive, do yourself a favor, check out the Talk is Jericho episode with Kevin Owens. It is awesome. I know Kevin Owens had an interview with Sam Roberts, which was also pretty good. He talks about the same things in the Jericho podcast in a different way, basically about him coming up in wrestling, the WWE Performance Center process, which is absolutely amazing. If I had a dream right now, it almost wouldn't be going into a ring. It would just be able to work inside the Performance Center and seeing, the promo classes, all these things that are happening, because at the end of the day, this is my message. This is not the Byte That message. For TNA, for everybody watching, wrestling has to be fun. That should be the breaking news story every single week. It shouldn't be, let's go out on social media and just defend ourselves in a way that really makes us look bad as a company. Let's just say these things are happening and we're going to get over them. Let's get back to what's fun, and that is the product. Be it TNA, Ring of Honor, WWE, Lucha Underground, it does not matter. So if I'm rambling a lot, it's because it's really getting to me, because when you go to a wrestling news website and then there are 20 out of 30 articles that are negative, it kind of gets to you at some point. So hopefully you guys feel the same, and hopefully this stops very soon. So until next time, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you like me blabbing about this for a couple of minutes, give me a thumbs up. And we're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so want to take some quick time. We may hit it by the time I post this video, but thank you for your support, for checking out the podcast, the Fight Nights. We got a couple of new Square Roundtables coming up. They're going to be pretty cool. We talk about anything from factions to championship reign. Thanks for watching. Check out other stuff, including the video that you're seeing right now on screen. If you look in the upper right, that video with the Fight Night stuff, there's an Inferno match happening in there right now, people. Inferno match featuring a banana. Carbohydrate madness happening right here on the channel. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with a ton more stuff right here on Byte That.